What's good, everyone? Welcome to the Bucks Film Room, where we have the beginning of a very special and fun project coming at you today. But first, make sure to hit me up on Twitter at Bucks Film Room and hit that subscribe button to my YouTube channel here. Now that the Bucks 2018-19 season has come to an abrupt and painful end, I'll be reviewing each player's season and breaking down how they did in each of the major categories. In order to accurately assign them a grade, I'll be using the B-Ball Index Player Grade Tools. The tool breaks the player's game down into a bunch of categories, but we won't be using all of them. Instead, we'll focus on perimeter shot, finishing, playmaking, post play, perimeter defense, interior defense, and offensive and defensive rebounding. We begin our player breakdown with George Hill, who was acquired from the Cleveland Cavaliers in December. Hill played a huge role for the Bucks, especially once he got fully healthy down the stretch. Overall, his numbers aren't off the charts impressive, as he finished his season with Milwaukee by averaging 6.8 points, 2.6 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game, while posting an effective field goal percentage of 49.3%. Let's begin this breakdown with Hill's perimeter shooting, where he only connected on 30% of his regular season three-point attempts with the Bucks, according to Cleaning the Glass. However, that number is a bit misleading, as he came on late and then made 43% of his outside looks in the postseason. That's pretty impressive. He took 12% of his threes from the corners, which ranked in the 75th percentile among combo guards, also according to Cleaning the Glass. Unfortunately, he only made 32% of those shots. He was even worse on non-corner threes, where he connected on only 29%. Overall, he earned a grade of C- for his perimeter shot from the B-Ball Index. Moving on to his finishing grade, it only gets slightly better. Despite being an older point guard at 33 years, Hill still flashed a surprising ability to finish around the basket. He attempted an above-average 34% of his shots from around the rim, and even more impressively, he made 65% of those, which ranked in the 96th percentile among combo guards. Hill certainly benefited from Mike Budenholzer's 5-out offense and was able to exploit defenses and find the cracks. He also got his burst back late in the season, and it was obvious what he could do with fresh and healthy legs. Furthermore, he was adept at the floater as well and made 51.6% of them this season. However, he struggled when attacking the lane off the dribble, making only 41.2% of his driving layups. Most of the damage he did do around the rim was off cuts. All of this earned him a finishing grade of C+. The next category is playmaking, and Hill's role with the Bucks was mostly as a point guard who brought the rock up the floor or someone who played off-ball and spaced the court. He wasn't asked to do much playmaking given the abundance of guys the Bucks already had in that role. That factors into his grade, as his usage percentage ranked in the 10th percentile among combo guards according to Cleaning the Glass. Hill did come up with some big plays when needed, but he wasn't typically asked to play this role. Therefore, he earned a C. The post-play grade we will only cover for certain players who were asked to do this role in the Bucks system, and given Hill certainly was not one of those players, we'll call it a wash and move on to defense. Defense was his calling card all season, and he thrived in some of the biggest matchups. He was an excellent perimeter defender off the bench, and the Bucks' number 1 ranked defense didn't miss a beat when he came on the floor. At 6'3" with a ridiculous 6'9" wingspan, he causes a lot of trouble in the passing lanes. He often disrupts ball handlers as well and can defend multiple positions thanks to his length. It's never easy for opposing point guards with Hill on the floor, and he showed that time and time again. His 1.7% steal percentage ranked in the 74th percentile for his position. He also deflected 2.2 passes per 36 minutes. Hill was one of the best perimeter defenders coming off the bench all season long, and he worked hard to earn this A. Sliding down low to post defense, and we see a different story. He struggled mightily in the post, and most of it is likely due to his slight frame. Even though he's 6'3", Hill weighs around 188 pounds. That's nothing, and he's easily bullied close to the basket. There's not much evidence in this category, so we'll hand him a D+ and move on to rebounding. Hill was extremely active on the offensive glass, grabbing 3.1% of the Bucks' missed shots when he was on the floor. That ranks in the 79th percentile for his position. That's very impressive and was the result of Hill picking his spots when to attack the glass. The defense would sometimes forget about him and he'd sneak into the paint from along the three-point line. These offensive rebounds also included a couple of putback dunks. He was great in this category and received a B+ for his efforts. As good as he was on the offensive glass, he was even worse on the defensive end of the floor. Hill only grabbed 8.9% of available defensive rebounds, which ranks in the 37th percentile among combo guards. Some of it could be due to always chasing around the opposing team's point guard on the perimeter. Another part could have to do with Giannis dominating the defensive boards as well. Either way, it's not a good look and something he'll want to improve upon next season. He gets his worst grade of any category with an F. Overall, it was a successful year for George Hill at Milwaukee. He started out slow, like real slow, but came on extremely strong and gave the Bucks a steady hand when Eric Bledsoe was going through his ups and downs. Hill is on the books for $18 million next season, but will assuredly be waived considering the Bucks would then only owe him $1 million. However, Milwaukee could try to bring him back at the veterans minimum, which would give Hill another $2.6 million. It seems like a long stretch, but this season proved to be a revival for George Hill.